I mean, like, at the end of the day, like, you're not out here looking for funding, and then we're also not out here at the same time just, like, trying to make sure that we sell off, like, our vision or our company. You know what I'm saying? You want to be able to have people that align with, like, your vision and just, like, push and help you push and excel where you need to excel.
Yeah.
Do you feel like it's kind of like trying to get them to see your dream?
I think it's just trying to get them to see what it is. Like,
well, you know what I'm saying? And then, like, it's that and trying to make them see how your dream is going to get them their money back and then some.
Yeah.
You know, so whatever every like lender, like, you know, investor has their due diligence process. Right. So it's just like it takes time. Some, like, a lot of the banks are doing the same shit. So maybe if you figure out one, you can figure out all of them type of deal. But regardless, you got to take the time to figure out, like, what language they speak and what are they looking for to, like, now in their mind click, boom, this is a safe investment. Here you go. So it's like whatever that, you know, that takes time. Like, that might take, like, if you know what you, maybe, I don't know if you, maybe if you get an MBA, they might teach you that in school. I don't know. But I would hope so. Like, but regardless, either that or you could just figure it out by, you know, trial and error, like, be like hitting the cons, just being persistent. Real talk, being persistent.
Yeah.
People giving out the money are humans too.
You are now listening to the BlackerTheBerry, the sweeter the juice.
Well, let's record it, mate.
What was that? Your name now. You just say your name. Why you have to say? So DX, and then you say I'm sure.
This thing, you're like, you want the best of three worlds. Like,
You're scary. Now I understand why the girls are running away. Because all this time I've been thinking girls are crazy. Now it makes sense. Keyshawn.
Especially if you're getting a lot.
Yeah, but like when it comes out after, you're just like, it's worth it. I want to go again. Like it's like an addiction. Like,
I heard that once you start, it's like
bro. It's like especially right after, because you know how it's not really that painful. It's just more like irritating. Yeah. So you're like, hey, let's run it back. You know. Yeah. But then your tattoo guy fucks with your head, bro. He's like, give me a month.
Right?
Sorry?
If you do a tattoo for 3 hours versus like 8 hours, you know, it's a lot. How much time?
Bro, it's crazy.
8 hours is a long time.
8 hours is a long time.
Yeah.
You just sit there. It's just like getting your shit fucked up.
No, literally,
In a fucked up position sometimes. You might gotta go like back here and shit. So you're on your belly.
Depending on where you get them.
Just for like fucking 3 hours on your belly. Like, bro, stop this, you know?
That neck one hurt? Like right here?
No, I was sleeping. I was like,
really?
Yeah, because like this shit done took all my energy. It's like, fuck. So like when he started doing this one, it was like, just go to sleep now. It didn't hurt. It was just you felt like somebody like scratching you every now and then.
Mm-hmm. You have some shit. You have some on your hands.
Yeah. I got a bunch. I got on my arms.
And then they like fade over time, right? So you have to like reglue them.
I haven't touched on mine. Yeah, but no, these have definitely faded. Like
your hands on.
My hands haven't, honestly. But these
mine did. I got Faith right here.
These are my newest ones though, like 2 years, 3 years.
Yeah, they look more fresh than the ones on your
your wrist. For sure. But I think I'm retired for now though.
How far do they go up?
Just to here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm trying to just.
And then my chest.
You have your chest too, like the full.
Yeah, full chest.
Oh shit!
And then like
ribs.
No,
I heard that one's
just like right here. No, honestly, the worst part was like when it gets to like your nipple.
Fuck
that shit fucking.
I get my shit on my chest and my fucking ribs.
Yeah,
that's how that shit goes, bro. Yeah.
Yeah, my first one's on my chest too. Bro.
Brave, bro. Everything that's brave.
It's good because that's gonna encourage you. Like, I got built my chest out. You know the gym.
Or just like
becomes a priority.
Even in the standpoint of like everything else won't hurt as much anymore.
But like all this shit right here, this shit hurt too. But like his chest, he said like, bro, around your nipples, it's killer.
It's killer, bro.
Bro, you're sitting there. It's
probably the worst.
It was like somebody taking a knife and just like
still cutting around it.
It's the worst pain ever, bro.
They keep going back because they have to like
they got to go over.
They gotta go over and over and over.
But it's like, yeah, your chest doesn't get that much exposure. So
Yeah, that's another thing.
Yeah.
I would just like a week before just start slapping your chest and start just prepare it, you know. Yeah. In the mirror and shit. Like, what are you doing, bro? I'm about to get a tattoo next week, man.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
But yeah.
Yeah, actually, I heard the rib ones be hurting, bro.
It's just irritating, bro. Like
It
real
is.
shit. It's
Yeah.
not the initial. It's not the
Nigga, they're the
initial. It's not
hardest,
him
bro.
doing
I
it.
swear.
It's not him
The
for
rib
like doing
ones
it
are
for
the
like
hardest.
20 minutes. It's none of that shit. It's like the initial, like, and then like the air when the air starts touching the open shit. You're like,
Yeah.
oh god.
It's a combination of different types of pain.
Yeah,
It's
so it's not like I don't think like actually getting the tattoo hurts. It's like I don't know, it's so fast, bro. Like that is, like scratching you and shit.
no, it's a, you gotta think it's a needle going up and down and dragging in your skin.
Yeah,
That's what's going on. It's just like as fast as fuck,
and then
and
it's
it's dragging in your skin. It's leaving ink.
yeah.
Bro.
But
It's
other
lit
than
though.
that,
Yeah,
it's
it's
cool.
art.
Yeah,
It's art, bro.
It's cool.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
fuck with
I think it's just one of them ones. You just gotta just.
It's art,
just
yeah,
funny, you know?
bro, for sure. Your body's your canvas.
I feel like when it's like you can ask as much as you want, but you have to feel it for yourself, and then.
Oh yeah,
It's one of them
yeah.
ones. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I like.
And bro, you just gotta get over. Oh, sorry.
No,
ahead,
go.
ahead. I was about to say, yeah, you just gotta get over the fucking, you know, the pain. Not even the pain, but like ripping the band-aid off of, like, with your
kind of
mom
thing.
and shit.
Yeah.
It's like even for me, like when I got my first tattoo when I was 16.
Damn.
Yeah, I was young as fuck, bro. And I came back, and it was all good. I had it hidden for a little bit, and then I had knee surgery.
And she saw it.
And in the hospital, obviously, I'm fucking like butt naked, bro. So she sees it in the hospital. She looks at me. She's like, "Yo."
She lose it?
No, but she couldn't though,
She couldn't 'cause of- yeah.
because of the circumstances. You know, I just had knee surgery.
So she had to hold
I'm in
it.
the hospital, so she had to hold it. And then then it
Move
was
past.
boom, green light, nigga.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. I don't know. For me, it was just like 16. Yeah, 16 or 17. I was like, yeah, I'm just doing this shit. Ain't nobody finna tell me nothing.
just doing it. Yeah, bro. But
I remember the thing I always wanted to do was pierce my ears. I was like, that's it.
Yeah.
Once I pierce my ears, I'm that nigga. You know what I mean? But I still got in trouble
felt
for
that.
that.
I
Initially,
felt
like,
that.
you know,
When did you do yours?
Huh?
When did you do yours?
2019.
Okay,
How old
okay,
were you?
Say.
I was 19.
There you
I
go.
did mine at 15.
Yeah, I pierced my
Okay,
ears.
shit.
I was like,
Yeah.
fuck it. You know?
we just
Yeah,
did
I
it.
think-
Like, yeah,
I
man.
got in, like,
14,
obviously, like,
13.
they had a conversation with me, but it's like, after that, it's like, whatever. You know
We
what
were
I mean?
19
Yeah.
at the time, though.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I don't know what the big thing was against it, man. I like, if I had a kid right now, I'd pierce his ears right now. If he
Yeah.
But it hurt
Yeah.
less. You know?
I think
Yeah.
with my pops, it was mainly like nigga was saying you look like a girl type beat. Then my mom is like the religion stuff.
Yeah, that was like,
that's
a
my thing. Like,
90s thing.
I didn't even try to hear that. Like it's so like a fear, like something that's not even there, bro. Like this.
It's different times. That's
Like,
what they
just
gotta
because somebody
realize.
pierced their ears, don't want them to be like more feminine. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
I know niggas will knock you out with like $1 million earrings. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. Facts. Big
Javante Davis.
facts. Javante.
But it's like, yo, shit like that, right? Like, I don't know. It gets to that standpoint. I feel like you just got to be able to express like what you want
Yeah.
and just go from there. You like, okay, them shits no more. Take them out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big facts.
30%.
Try to get some of that red wine, bro.
Yeah, grab it, bro. You guys gotta have some.
Is that, you guys bring 2 bottles?
Yeah,
No. It's your shit, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Sorry,
sorry.
yeah.
This one's done though. How about?
It's like the Last Supper.
Yeah, right. So,
Isaac, you not drinking? Oh, you're driving, innit?
Yeah, I'm whipping home, man.
Okay.
it's okay, man. We all are, man. No, I'm a bad influence sometimes, man.
Anyways, guys, welcome to another special episode. I'm your host DX,
Straight up in the cut, you know what it is.
Keyshawn.
big man Keyshawn. Got some special guests today, actually. You'd like to introduce yourselves?
I'm Darryan and
My name is Malik.
yeah.
Malik?
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. When you said that earlier, I was laughing. I was like, how many Maliks do you know?
Yeah. So many Maliks.
Barry Malik's, bro. That's a very popular name
Right.
in our
That's
culture.
crazy.
It's in the Bible though. It's in the Bible.
Yeah,
Malikas?
Yeah.
Is it
That
similar
shit not
to
Malachi?
I
think it's Malachi. I don't think Malik's in the Bible. Yo, in the Caribbean, we be making up some crazy names, but that was tough. That was one of the tough
Malik
ones.
might actually be in the Bible like somewhere.
Like
It might
maybe,
be.
maybe not Malik, but just like a version of
A
that.
version of
Yeah.
maybe spelled like that. was-
Malak, like that.
Like Malik, it does sound like a name.
Yeah, it
that's
does.
biblical,
Yeah,
like one of
exactly.
them.
Y'all got any uncles named Delroy?
I definitely do.
Delroy is a common one too. bro.
Delroy, Aaron.
I got no uncle named Darryan. That's hilarious, bro. I would want one. That'd be hilarious.
I definitely have one.
I'd be chilling with him every day. You my uncle Darryan, man.
It's like, yeah, like I feel like Malik was. My mom named me after like a soap opera star.
Soap opera.
Yeah, like a guy
Yeah.
shit. Maliki Oba, I think. Whoever that is. Yeah, so I think he's on maybe on Days of Our Lives or something like that. But,
Oh, they love Days of Our Lives,
yeah,
bro.
my mom loves
Is
it.
it one of those like
It's like the
almost
soap
reality-
operas. Yeah,
Yeah, it's like a soap
it's
opera.
like Young and the Restless, all
Yeah.
that.
Oh yeah.
Bro,
shit's been going
parents
for
from the
like-
Caribbean they love that, bro.
Yeah, it's been going for like 20 years, bro. Like back when I was a kid, like my mom used to make me put in like the tape
Bruh.
cassette and press record.
Oh, me, bro.
And
the
shit, like, every
VCR?
day, bro, on the VCR.
Oh,
Like she'd be calling me, she'd be like on the way home from work, she'd be like, yo, like make sure you put in the tape.
Bruh.
Got you, mom.
Got you.
I'm gonna hold it down.
And if there's anything we say or do, just remember. Actually, no, take it with a pinch of salt. But yeah, remember BlackerTheBerry,
Sweet of the juice.
sweet of the juice. Speaking of juice, what we got here? What we got here? MayaJo.
Yeah,
MayaJo
man. We
collection.
got
Talk about it,
MayaJo
talk about it,
Up in the
talk
cup.
about
You
it.
already know what's up.
Yeah,
Tell us
bro.
more.
But yeah, so MayaJo, man, like we decided to create a wine brand called MayaJo. MayaJo is based off our family. His sister is named Maya. My dad's middle name is Joseph. So we just wanted to create like a family brand, but like represent like Winnipeg in a standpoint where it was just like we've been known for like wheat, like growing wheat for so long. And it's just like let's grow a brand that like represents like Winnipeg in a standpoint of like a new way, like for the kids and stuff like that. Cause like just growing up, I seen so many people want to leave the city, and I'm like, man, we could build so much here. So that was like,
Yeah, man. We just wanted to build like a brand, like again, and introduce people who are like around our age and who aren't traditionally like wine drinkers, and bring them into that wine space. You know, like
100%.
same time that we kind of founded this brand, it was the same time we saw like White Claw taking over with like the seltzers and shit, and it's just like.
yeah.
That's whack, bro. You know, like, as a black man, 20 something, I'm not trying to be drinking those seltzers, bro. What the fuck? Like,
Yeah. I like for us, it's just like it's such a big palette of wine, and I feel like the more people that dive into it, they gonna like what they like from it, and they gonna be able to like figure out what wine is their best for their vibe or their mood or whatever, And it was like that was like the biggest thing for me. It was just like, okay, like we could really just open up a palette. Like beer is just like you're gonna get a lager, you're gonna get something dark, or like or if you're gonna get vodka, like realistically you're gonna do like 15 other fruit flavors, but like it's not even healthy. So like we just wanted to create something that was like the back end was just like health is wealth, right? And then at the same time like something that has like a huge palette that any person could like figure out how to enjoy when they get into it. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. And like,
Is it just these two flavors?
We have a rosé actually coming out in spring.
yeah, so coming up, yeah.
Send it to this nigga.
Yeah. That's your type of wine?
It is my thing, man.
It's for the
What's
mango.
the like back end process on that? Because I think it's like I feel like businesses like on the front end it's like like marketing, like promotion, like all that stuff. But like even with like because I know like I have a clothing brand, right? So I know the back end shit is all the hard work.
Yeah,
So like what's like the back end for like a wine business? Like how does that kind of work?
It's a lot of just pulling up, calling people, letting them know like what the vision is, right? Like I think it's an untapped market, right? Like
Yeah.
we're not really out here like sitting here and seeing like a lot of other Winnipeg owned brands that have like really good wine, right? And at the same time, like we decided to do our due diligence and like partner with an award-winning winery. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like we didn't want to like play little petty games and stuff. If we're gonna do something for our city, we gotta back it up. So I think our everyday aspect, just pulling up, like calling people, trying to figure out how to sit in front of people and get the wine in the restaurant, because like right now we just been like sold out so many times. So it's like now it's just like stepping up the level where it's like all of our community can like enjoy it at other restaurants, at their favorite restaurant. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, just really, and I think more so like in terms of the back end stuff, like operations, is like making sure that our supply is like where it needs to be, exactly. And like again, inventory levels, because we're learning obviously a lot. So it's like we did a good job of like Darryan said, we're just going around pulling up, selling the wine, selling the vision to restaurants, not thinking about, oh man, the supply isn't gonna get here quick enough to keep up with like what we're doing. So trying to figure out that type of stuff, and then figuring out new ways to add value to like our partner restaurants. Right. So it was like, I think the thing that kind of made White Claw poppin' and all these other alcohols is because their marketing. Right. So it was like trying to innovate. It's like, when has anybody ever seen like a commercial for wine?
Right.
Like literally never. So it's like
it's been a while since I've seen something.
Exactly. Yeah. So like we want to become like, we say we want to become the pop culture wine of choice.
Yeah.
So it's just like the same way that like Ciroc is the pop culture vodka, same way Hennessy is the pop culture cognac.
Right.
We want MayaJo, we want to be like that wine. It's literally untapped market.
Right. Nobody's
trying to do that. So we're like, hey, we're two young black men, like we have good taste. We have a vision. We're guys that actually like, when we think of an idea, we're going, that's 72 hours, we're going to act on it in some way.
Exactly.
Figure out if it works. If it doesn't work, then scrap it.
Exactly.
Is the winery the 1905 or is that?
Yeah, so 95 is a parent company, like which is a salon that we're opening in the what is it?
Financial district.
It's
called 95 Beauty.
95 Beauty, yeah. So that salon should be open soon. It's been a minute since like it took us just to like build it up to get to the standpoint where we could open it within your vision. But I try to tell everybody, like, don't do anything like if it's not your vision. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Make sure that you like accomplish your vision, because like you can only have like one first impression. So like just do it your best.
Yeah. So 95. They tie in together. Basically, we started the wine brand.
The wine brand was first.
The beauty salon was first.
Okay.
Beauty salon was first, and we're like, okay, we got the location. We're like, okay, we're gonna make sure we serve alcohol, because everyone spends more money when there's alcohol involved.
Right.
That's just a fact. That's just good business. So then we're like, all right, let's serve wine. That'd be good. Cool. Why not we just develop our own wine brand? With all the things that Darryan had in mind, like again, health is wealth, bringing people our age group into the wine game, and then just kind of built it up, and then trying to like. Everything is a learning experience for like entrepreneurship.
100%.
You could we're taking things from what we're doing in the wine and pulling it to the beauty salon. Right. All and vice versa. So we're like, hey, let's just act on it, get this wine brand going. And lots of going out selling ourselves. Not selling ourselves.
No, I know what you're
selling our vision.
Selling our vision.
Yeah, we got you.
Yeah. Selling your soul.
Never that.
Like, man,
that's crazy. So what would you say, like, dynamic wise, like what makes you guys work like as business partners? Obviously I'm sure you guys are friends, but like aside from that,
the pressure that you put on your partner to like come up with it, like, you know what I'm saying? Like I think it's like Shaq and Kobe. Like Kobe's getting on the court being like, yo, Shaq, if I get quadruple team, like, bro, you better score the fucking ball. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's just what we have on both of us, and it's like some everyday shit. So if like if I slip, he's ringing me like, yo, and it's just vice versa.
Yeah, and then just like also having someone who can like accept that and not like fold and be a little bitch about it. So
that's the worst.
That's 100%. The worst, because it's like, yo, like you're getting on your guy, like you thought you had the understanding that you could, and all of a sudden now you can't take it.
He's crying over it.
It's like, dog,
what
the fuck?
Yeah, 100%.
My biggest thing is like success is the ultimate goal.
Yeah.
Like, right?
Yeah.
So like, what are we doing here, right?
Yeah.
Like, well, we want to be successful. So I'm not doing this to like put you down. I'm telling you, like, let's do this to like get better.
100%.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think like it's a mentality thing. Like, are we men or are we boys? Like a boy, you can go tell him something. You go like, oh, why would you say that? But like, this is a grown ass man. Like, I'm gonna tell you something to go make you better.
Yeah. 100%.
Whether however you take it is however you take it. But like, I'm leaving it like that. Like, I'm not coming at you at that type of angle,
100%.
like a left. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah.
Is this your first venture together? Or have you tried like different stuff and then this one just
we've been in business maybe like 3-4 years now. Yeah. Just like with the salon and building that up, just the conception of it took such a long time, and then like eventually it being open by summer. But like, yeah,
and even like it started probably before that with like more informally, like with the music, you know.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, just like because Darryan's an artist.
Right, exactly.
What's your name, bro?
Rashawn Prince. I go by the name of Rashawn Prince.
Rashawn Prince.
Rashawn Prince. Yes,
how did we get there?
So my middle name is Rashawn.
Okay.
And just growing up, I just felt like we're all princes, we're all kings, we're all like, you know, great in this life, and the name really just means like reshine Prince, like just keep shining, just keep doing it again and again and again, and try to figure out your way. You know what I'm saying? So,
So it started with that, like just me, like, you know, like promoting him and be like, yo, I got a guy, like, you know, I got this artist. So
yeah, exactly.
Started with that, and then obviously, you know, you go through things and you kind of, I think if you want to go into business with anybody, like you want to make sure you share like values and stuff. Yeah. So it's just like me moving to Winnipeg, like I didn't really know too many Jamaican people here. And he's like one of my few like Jamaican friends that grown up in a Jamaican household. You know, you understand like the same.
100%.
Certain
things.
Just like any other household, right?
Yeah,
just like
exactly.
If you're European, if you're Asian, whatever, right?
Yeah,
like, There's a certain way that it's operated.
100%.
Yeah.
Where'd you move here from?
From Toronto.
Oh, from Toronto.
Yeah.
So yeah, you know, just finding like, you know, comfort in that in a way, and then him being like one of my few friends that's not afraid to like put ideas out there, you know, and try shit. Some people are just conservative, you know. You can't go into business with everybody.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, don't get you nowhere, bro.
Yeah.
You know, you're just gonna stay exactly where you at if you're just conservatives.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's nice to just like meet other guys that are like very like innovative and stuff.
Yeah,
I feel like it's not. I mean, like I wouldn't say it's not rare. Like I mean, like I feel like a lot of people are trying to be entrepreneurs and stuff, but like I feel like in like this community, like in Winnipeg specifically, there's not many guys I've met that are like like super like driven and like innovative type shit.
Yeah.
I have a cousin John. That nigga, he would love to be here. That's my guy, but he is on it.
Yeah.
He has he has a cake business.
Oh, that's
that we
awesome.
actually, like,
That's dope.
Yeah, like
that's awesome.
You know, and that's the thing. Like it's not something that's common here, but like everybody loves his shit. It's called Fully Flavored.
Oh,
like everyone's going crazy. He makes these things called cake jars. And he's just like, you know, he has that. He's selling like reselling shoes. Like,
he's doing
bro,
it.
I'm telling you, he's everywhere. Like you gotta start. And I love that shit. You know, that's what I'm saying. I love that shit. So it's like
it's crazy.
It's I think it's nice to just be in that like space with other guys that are really in that. You know.
Yeah, absolutely. And like kind of like what we talked about, like, you know, last week off air, like it's just like, it's when you have that mindset, it's like, yo, I can create money. Like there's money in circulation. Everywhere. Like I can create a lane for myself. Is like, that's, once you see the world through that kind of lens, it's just like, now you kind of either you attract or like you look for people
that are
who share that.
100%.
You know? And then it's like,
it's even part of that whole abundance mindset.
Yeah.
Like, even if you might not have an idea right now, or you don't have money for it right now, money in general, just knowing that there is money out there, and like, I just need to find a way. It's the game, man. It's the game of life, the game of money. Once you understand the game, you know, you forget about chasing money. You start understanding the game. It's that's where you start to actually draw these
things towards you.
Well, it's like I read all the time, and like in a lot of these books, they just talk about like people that have money, they're looking for people that have ideas, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, just because you have money doesn't mean you have the idea to like progress with the money, right? So a lot of people are still looking for ideas, and as long as you're able to actualize them and show them and like explain them in a full ability, whether you write them or explain them in a presentation, I guarantee somebody's going to give you what you're looking for, because it's just like, that's just the world we work in. A lot of people aren't as creative, but they do have a lot of capital, and that's okay. That's how we like equal out.
It balances out,
right? So for us, we always just go, okay, like, let's just have the great idea, let's actualize on it, let's perform it the best way that we possibly can, and then from there we'll figure out how the funding is going to come. You can't be worried about the funding first, because then it's just going to kill the idea. So the idea could
paralyzes you.
The idea could be so great, like, oh, it's going to cost us millions. You'd be like, well, we don't have it, but it's like, it doesn't matter. Like, let's just try to actualize and execute it in the way that we can right now, and figure out how to get to the end
skills eventually.
Or even like, I think the craziest part is like when you do act on that stuff, it's like, people, everything you're doing is like part of your like your resume, you know, like people take notice. Like, you'd be surprised, like if you like start like, yo, look at what these guys are doing. They're actually like, you know, they're trying, they're making shit happen. They're having conversations with people. Like, people start to talk, and then it's like, oh man, like now someone who actually has, like, say maybe the capital or an opportunity to be given, like they'll be like, okay, who's gonna do this? Who's hungry and who wants this opportunity? Boom. You know, those guys, whoever kind of comes to mind, you just kind of pass that on to them. It's crazy how that works.
Right. 100%.
How do you go about getting funding then?
I would just say it's just trying to figure, like, just keep grinding and try to figure out ways to make the investor that you're looking for excited, right? Because I mean, like, at the end of the day, like, you're not out here looking for funding, and then we're also not out here at the same time just like trying to make sure that we sell off like our vision or our company. You know what I'm saying? You want to be able to have people that align with like your vision, and just like push and help you push and excel where you need to excel.
Do you feel like it's kind of like trying to get them to see your dream?
I think it's just trying to get them to see what it is. Like,
well, you know what I'm saying? And then like it's that, and trying to make them see how your dream is going to get them their money back in that song. You know, so whatever every like lender, like, you know, investor has their due diligence process. So it's just like, it takes time. Some, like, a lot of the banks are doing the same shit, so maybe if you figure out one, you can figure out all of them type of deal. But regardless, you got to take the time to figure out like what language they speak and what are they looking for, to like now in their mind click, boom, this is a safe investment, here you go. So it's like, whatever that, you know, that takes time. Like, that might take, like, if you know what you, maybe, I don't know, if you get an MBA, they might teach you that in school. I don't know. I would hope so. Like, but regardless, either that or you could just figure it out by, you know, trial and error, and like be like hitting the cons, just being persistent. Real talk, being persistent. People giving out the money are humans too. So you just gotta treat them like that.
I think like people just want to see the effort and the grind, right? I like, you make a business plan and it's just a guess. Like, it's a calculated guess. Realistically, you can't really make, you have no 100% proof that you're gonna make these numbers. So what the goal is, I think what they look for is like the ability, if that person's like works hard, is a hustler, because then you could like trust that they're gonna do what they're trying to do, instead of just like these numbers, like they'll surpass it, right? So I think that's what they're looking for at the end of the day, compared to just being like, okay, you have a business plan 100%, and they'll tear it apart, you know what I'm saying? Because they're gonna try to see how many ways that like do you really want it, like, you know what I'm saying? So
that, or you gotta have really, really, really good credit.
Of course.
Then they'll just cut you the check. It don't matter.
Of course. So I mean, like,
you're good for it type shit.
You're good. Exactly. Cool.
Like, they'll be like, they'll look at the credit score, like, alright, you know what, man, I don't even want to see the business.
I look at the business.
Take my money.
That's goals, you know.
Well, I think a lot of people, like, even myself, is also like, I can have the idea, but even that whole idea of like the numbers are pretty much made up.
Yeah.
Because you don't know how successful this could be.
No,
you don't know if people are gonna buy it.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing what you're saying is like you literally need to just sell them the dream.
Yeah, and it's like they are investing in the person too.
They're investing 100% in the person, right? It's all about you, right? They're meeting you, they're talking to you, they're seeing your ability. If you're pulling up, right, they ain't email you back in like 3 days, and you're pulling up at the office like, yo, what's up? Like, you know, that's the type of stuff that'd be like, whoa, okay, so this person probably gonna do that for their business.
Yeah.
And then that's scary. You feel me? Because like when somebody does like shit like that, then it turns into dollars. And that's what they want. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I think it's more so like just understanding like a human being. Like I wouldn't give like $500,000 to like my cousin sitting on the couch like doing nothing all day, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like he'd be like, yo, like, bro, what are you gonna do with that? Well, I don't know. Well, I'm sorry, bro. Like, but if like you came to me and you're hustling, you're like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I could tell you what I could do with it. I could give you this back at this date. You know what I'm saying? And he's working.
And they like,
and you see it, like, yeah, for sure.
And like you're able to like defend your idea after they poke holes in it.
The bank's trying to make money too.
Yeah. Like the bank is gonna do all that. They're gonna look at your numbers. They're gonna be like, all right, so we're gonna take 30% off of your revenue.
Yeah. And just try to see like what
here you go, like
for real.
That's how it goes.
It's crazy. Like it's just certain things like that. Like when you're really trying to like raise money to get to like your vision, like that's what they do. Because again, they're just trying to test like how hard are you willing to like get what you want.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
and plus like once you secure that, that's still just the beginning.
Yeah,
you know, it's gonna be a ride. So
because they're on your ass. They're looking for the money, bro.
100%. The money. They're trying to build that relationship. You know, 100%. They're trying to, and they're also like, it's good too because once you get to that point, then they're also in a way invested in your business succeeding.
Yeah.
So it's like, so now you see a different side of the bank,
right?
Yeah. In a way, but
yeah.
Have you guys tried getting funding from people, or has it just been straight banks?
Yeah, I mean,
so I know we always hear the stories of like Trump. My dad gave me $1 million.
Oh, yeah, that'd be nice.
That'd be but not nice. Like, you know, people again, they want to see certain things, right? Until they invest in something, right? So I mean, like for us, it's just like, okay, well, we'll go show you, but by that time, we won't need an investor. You know what I'm saying? So I think like even like when we're doing like with the bank, it's just like they're helping us out like on a portion that we needed, but like now we just don't need an investor, right? So now we can really push this forward as me and him, and like be able to have a company that we could like go give our kids, and they could hopefully give our grandkids, and they can hopefully give our great grandkids. The more people you bring in, the more people we got a piece off, sit at meetings with and be like, should we do this, right? When it's like they bought in because of your idea.
Stress.
There's one thing that Docs always says is like you can't go anywhere you don't actually plan to go, which I think is really big. But there's one thing I wanted to touch about on entrepreneurship, which is and you hear it all the time, it's like, oh, like you'll see these videos, it's like, not everyone's meant to be an entrepreneur, and initially it's like, oh, like like everybody should like chase their dreams and stuff. But I think when you hear those videos, when they say that, is what they mean is like there's a certain mentality you need to have. Because at the end of the day, like one thing I realized is just being in business or just like having ideas and wanting to make money out of it is I feel like a lot of people who are entrepreneurs is like they want to make fast money, right? They want to and it's like, okay, maybe they're doing something they love. But once that fast money doesn't come in, like say for example, you do. Let me just use clothing brands because that's the thing.
The quickest way to meet.
Exactly. Right. I drop, I market it as much as I can, whatever, and I don't do the numbers that I expect it to do. A lot of people now bow out and they're like, oh, like damn, like oh, like I, you know, it's whatever, like fuck this shit, right? But in business, like one thing about like running a business is the business never ends. And that's one thing. Like I talk to my cousin about all the time. Like the business is never going to end. Essentially, meaning that you always want to just keep scaling it and scaling it and scaling it and scaling it. And to be able to like manage a business, like actually manage it and understand that it never ends. That means you're always working on the clock. You're always working. You have to work on your own time to make sure the shit actually holds up. That's what they mean by not everyone can be an entrepreneur. You know what I'm saying? You have to have like a certain mentality to be able to understand it and actually work within your own time.
And be disciplined enough to do that. Where it's like, nobody's like being like, yo, you should be working on this. Bro. It's like, bro, nobody cares.
Literally,
literally nobody cares if you work on it or not. Like, maybe besides if you have a good business partner, he cares. Or
you
she
don't
cares.
have like a professor or someone, your dad or your mom, be like, yo, did you work on that thing today? So I think it like the accountability, like you're gonna see a lot of people fall off 100%. Because of accountability. It's like, bro, come on, like you see everyday life, like people don't want to hold themselves accountable, right? So I think that's the biggest thing. But like, yo, it shouldn't be for everybody, right? Like it's a certain type of mentality. Like you almost got to be like insane some days. Like I'm gonna spend all this time doing this because it's not for money. And then like when I try to work with somebody, I say like, yo, how much money are you trying to make? They're like, oh, well, like 100 million is cool. Okay, I don't want to make 100 million, bro. I'm trying to make 100 trillion. So we gotta figure out that gap because when we get to 100 million, you're just gonna quit. You just told me that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yo, I want to like, and I'm not saying this for personal well, but like, yo, we got communities that have to get like money given back to. The only people that are gonna be able to do that is us. So I want 100 trillion to get back to these communities. And if you want 100 million, bro, okay, cool. But we gonna have to figure out how you gonna get to my grind level because I'm not looking at it like that, right? I think a lot of people look at it as like personal wealth. Like, what can I have? Like, what does that even mean? Like, bro, you can only drive one car. You can only have one outfit at one time. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we gonna like, even if you have layers on, you still have one outfit. Like, then you gotta take that shit off, right? So I think it's like we're so backwards in a way that like we think that. But then it's like, okay, like the kids that like grew up in the same school as you aren't still getting the same good education that they should have got. So now it's like it's a revolving cycle. Like it's crazy. So I think with me and him, it's like the goal is just to like do whatever we possibly can while we're on this planet Earth to put on for our communities, whatever the price is. We're not talking about money. Like who cares? You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah. I think even I remember James mentioned he asked the question something about billionaires. Do you remember? It was does it make sense?
Does it make sense for them to have that much money?
Does it make sense that billionaires exist?
It does because they
touched X amount of people. Well, they've already touched X amount of people, right? So now it's like with that income, like what do you do with it? Like, can you now you can help so many people, right?
Well, I think like the people that do become billionaires, they figured out that like their personal wealth amount or net worth amount is kind of tied to the amount of people that they can service.
Essentially,
like in whatever way that is, it's service them,
100%,
giving them bad food, service them, getting them diapers, service them, building their whatever it is. So they understand that concept at its root.
Right.
So it's like, okay, they can. A lot of them choose to use it to help people as well. It's like, okay, I can help people and still make a profit off of it just because of this is just a law of nature, and some just don't care. So it's just like I think like in a way it's good that they do exist because they have the capacity to like actually make significant change like in the world.
I feel like with a lot of billionaires, I feel like more often than not, I feel like you find a lot of them are morally corrupt because you have to think about it. To get to the top, you have to step on a lot of shoes and a lot of toes
100%.
And a lot of necks.
It's like, think about a mountain of people. In order to climb the top, you have to climb on top of people.
You gotta push some niggas down.
Yeah, you have to, because now when you reach the top, in order to stay there, people are still trying to get to the top.
So when you're already in that corrupt mindset, when you're at the top, like, how often are you really going to be thinking about, okay, how many people can I touch? How many people can I help? You're just kind of trying to get to that higher mountain now. Like, can you ever really get to a high enough point?
I mean, I think that there are some billionaires that, like, benefit off, like, people, like, degrading, like, people, like, being worse than they were. But I do think that there's a lot that, or some that do benefit off, like, or help people, and that's why they got like billions of dollars. Because it's like if you help 7 billion people and you charge $1, you're gonna be a billionaire. Like it's just a fact, right? So I mean, like there are people that do help, but like yes, like there are people that like see money and they're just money hungry and they think that it's everything, right? And like that's how they're gonna move, right? So
I think it all depends, man. I don't think they're all bad, but they're necessary though. Like, you know, it's just
100%
part of the
What,
world.
the billionaires?
The billionaires, yeah, we need them.
Yeah, true.
MayaJo to go now easy.
Bro, these 2 balls will finish quick.
That's how it goes.
I don't know. When it comes to like the money concept, I don't think for when you start to reach a certain level of money is not, and probably was not, the mission in the first place.
No.
I think that's what a lot of people forget when it comes to like this whole concept of like, or this topic of like billionaires and people that make a lot of money. For them, it never really is about the money, because with most of them, you find that it was their dream that kind of got them there. And with that dream, as you said, you have to be delusional.
Yeah.
You have to be delusional.
Yeah,
man.
and you just have to believe in it. And it's like, even, it's crazy, like, so with somebody who like Darryan and I have studied a lot over the past, like since we've been on this journey, you know, past 3-4 years, Bernard Arnault. So he's the founder, or not the founder, CEO and chairman of LVMH. So like Louis Vuitton, Moët, and Hennessy. And it's just like, so he's the chairman of the company that owns a bunch of like luxury goods companies. And it's just like that collection of companies has made him the richest person on earth.
Right.
As like his approach to like building companies and his approach to innovating and servicing people and his everything that he does is just like it's very simple and it makes sense, you know. Like, again, he leans into innovation, so he understands like, okay, if I get the most creative minds constantly trying to innovate and, you know, give them everything they need to succeed, they're going to create great products. I can mark it up and boom, sell it to people. So it's just like seeing stuff like that, man, is just, you learn a lot from it, you know. It's just simply just like reading their story.
But I think like with him, like when we study him, it's like the taste, right? It's like like if you look at like his taste though, and I think that's what like we as people really need a lot more, is like being really specific on like your taste and like making sure things look proper. You know what I'm saying? I think like a lot of the world is easy with like, and it's like, that's why I think like a lot of businesses, they make their money and then it's all ultimately fails, because like they're not so like down packed with like the quality and like the extra stitching and like, you know, stuff like that, where it like gets people to like it hooks them, right? Like if you look at like brands like Supreme or like you were saying LVMH, like almost every single thing that they do might get people talking. Yep. It doesn't matter if like that certain person is buying a product, because just because you talk now 5 people gonna buy the product. And it's like, it's that quality. It's just like sitting there making sure like either design is done well or everything is done
or
to
marketing properly. Like the partnerships, like
I think it helps
the
a
whole
lot.
idea of like uniqueness.
It is,
right? The whole personality. People are buying into like a brand, into a person, into a personality,
a lifestyle.
Because even like I used to work at like a luxury brand store, and people come in and complain about the price, that a Dolce & Gabbana shirt, why is it $900? I'm like, it's got DG on it. You're not paying for the shirt. Because if you're paying for the shirt, go to the Blue Note. But you're paying for the name. And a lot of people don't understand that. And for me, that's why, like, if, like, for example, most of the designers I have is either a gift or I've got it on like some mad discount somewhere. I don't like buying into designer just because I hate the idea. Hate is a strong word, but I do not like the idea that I'm buying into someone else's name when I have my own. Do you get what I'm saying? I don't like how it sounds in my head. So I'm not gonna play full price. Do you get what I'm saying? But like a lot of people they miss out on that, like the uniqueness of the brand. The reason why a Dolce shirt opposed to a Gap shirt, there's a big margin between the two prices 100%. Is because this guy has spent how many years building
there's a history behind it. 100%.
Exactly. And it's like if you understand that the brand and you can appreciate it, then go ahead, spend the $900. If you don't,
well, it's just like,
then it's like,
for me, it's just like, well, Gap has built a story itself to be able to sell a T-shirt for however much they sell.
Because
at some point, like if you go over like like $4. Like, why am I paying that much for a T-shirt? So it is all about story. It is all
cotton.
about, yeah, it is all about like what you're doing it's all about like your ability to like create a story and continually like put out stuff, right? Whether people like it or they don't, right?
Yeah.
Like that's consistency is key.
Yeah.
So Gap's been doing it for years. Dolce & Gabbana's been doing it for years, right? When you're what's up? When you're a new brand, you know what I'm saying? Like I think you have to almost just like prove why I gotta pay this amount for this product.
Yeah.
Right? But it's like, but you go to Gap and pay like that amount, you know what I'm saying? Or you would go to Dolce & Gabbana. But like with people, it's just more so like how you connect to me, right? As soon as you connect to a person, bro, it's like, Apple doesn't have like the greatest products ever.
No.
Yeah.
But like they told you they did, and a lot of people believed them, and
That's
everybody's
it, bro.
friend believed it. They got the greatest product
Yeah.
because they were able to now with the money like that was coming in off of just the hype, get the designers that they needed, the engineers they needed to make the greatest product.
Yeah.
So it's just stuff like that.
Marketing is
a
everything.
crazy thing.
It's everything.
Look at that Cortez brand. No matter how many other brands come out with something similar, Cortez is still going to be top. The marketing is insane.
Yeah, it's everything, man.
It's
everything.
that whole FOMO idea,
Yeah.
and I think that's what a lot of people kind of miss out on when it comes to like the different eras of things, right? This era is now that FOMO idea, and the people that have clocked onto it, they're gone. Oh my god, they are gone.
It's just like catching that 90s wave. Like I mean, like people were paying like $30 million just for commercials. Like you know what I'm saying? Like Michael Jordan commercials were expensive, bro. But they knew that like we had the people on the media like that, and I think like we're here right now that we have the people on the media the same way, right? Like we dress in almost the same way like they dress in the 90s. So
I mean, fashion is a cycle, isn't it?
You really gotta just like picture like what era like we in. Like it's like 2023 90s. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's just like understanding. Okay, so if we're all tapped in, like what's the coolest commercial? That should be a goal. Like if you're a brand, like, you know what I'm saying? How could I shoot the coolest commercial? Well, I can right now as a brand, because I'm not expecting you as a grow brand, like brand new brand to like right shoot now, like a Nike commercial. That'd be impossible. But shoot how you can right now in a creative way. Get people's attention.
Now you mention it. Now you mention it. It's like I've always like realized that everything runs in cycles. This I haven't really thought about. Like the whole marketing, that also runs in cycles.
100%.
So I'm guessing like now we're running, because even the Nike Cortez collaboration, it was so old school. It's bringing nostalgia. And nostalgia brings that connection to people. People, when you touch people, as you said, that's what the money is.
It's also the timing
You're
too.
pulling the strings.
Because it's like the strings that they're pulling are pulling at people born like in like the late 80s to like 90s, 2000s. Now those people have spending power. Those people are now
scary
in a position to go and buy a $250 pair of shoes because they
grind to get it.
Go grind to get it. So it's just like that's the sweet spot, yo. If you're targeting that group of people who got money to fucking blow.
I think the specialist thing about brands, right, is showing people that you could get it, whether it be right now, tomorrow, like making them wait. At least, like, you know, a little bit, because it's like
scarcity mindset. Is that what you're talking about?
Scarcity mindset. It's like, yo, I need it because somebody else gonna get it before me. So I think like what happens in like a lot of this marketing is like they do try to hype the brand. So like when it like drops, it's like 90% of it is sold out. Because it's like now if I had a brand, like I'd be smart. I'd be like, hey, I'm gonna buy like 5 pieces, because once this goes on StockX, I'm selling that shit for like 4 times as much. You know what I'm saying? Like these, like the thing about marketing is like you're able to create hype. Now, how do you monetize off that is a different thing, right? Like we see it in music all the time. Like you'll see an artist, he'll create so much hype, whether it be doing the crazy something that has nothing to do with music, but he's not able to like take that and like sell the album and make it platinum. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think I don't know if it was one of the two that mentioned in the last episode. A lot of the TikTok artists are dying out.
Yep.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is, if you actually look at some of like Arya Star, who else is there again? There's another another couple of Nigerian artists that are blown on TikTok. Oxlade.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like,
he's fine.
These guys, unlike a lot of these other artists that are blown and just died, these guys have been they have material waiting for this moment. They have material waiting. So what? Even if they blow on TikTok. Yeah. Now is their time to like display all they have, and then what all they have, everyone's like,
now the fan gets to go back and
it's almost,
exactly.
In 2019, he had this crazy track,
exactly, and even now that he's releasing stuff, it's still, you know what I'm saying?
I think it's like an advertisement. Like use that as a commercial. Use TikTok as like, yo, put your commercial up. Like, put something that's gonna like be so crazy, catch people's attention. That's gonna bring them to like your art.
Yeah, but a lot of people
like make content for TikTok. So.
Yeah, a lot of people just they see it as an opportunity to blow. They forget about what next.
Tool. Yeah.
They forget about okay, cool. Once I blow, what happens
now?
Yeah. And then that's where they get lost because now once because they've been making songs to blow, once you've now blown. What song are you gonna create next? You haven't even been thinking about it. Now the time that you take to backtrack and like, oh shit, what do I do next?
It's too late.
Moved on, bro.
The moment's gone, bro.
People have moved on.
It's
peak.
Yeah, for sure.
There's this fast life.
There's just so much. I think like with artists, it's the fame, I guess what they say, and the money, and you just not knowing your plan before you got it.
Yeah, 100%.
So it's like
I think you mentioned it in
we were talking about
the rehearsal.
Yeah, we were talking about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I just don't think people are ready for the moment.
100%.
And the biggest thing in life is to always be ready. You gotta get ready all the time. Stay ready so you don't gotta get ready. Right?
Yeah.
So you should be like working all the time. Like if you're an artist, like okay, cool. Well, what if this song, like, they don't like this? Then I know I got this one in the clip.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? But it's just like, I don't think a lot of artists think like that.
Well, it's back to what you said. You mentioned that a lot because it's so easy to make like your art reach people. Now because it's so easy, you forget the hard work that it takes to actually be where you want to be.
Right.
So now people have done the bypassing of like all the hard work and they've reached this stardom. But because you haven't had all that hard work in between, you don't know what it actually is to be a star. So now you're there
and you don't know what the fuck is going on type shit.
You don't know what to
100%.
do. You know, because even like you said, like the people get to like a big place as a musician, and then your live performances are shit. You're not even too sure how to market yourself now, because you've like everyone's looking at you. You're hyped on the fact that everyone's looking at you, but now everyone's looking at you like, what are you gonna do? But you don't realize that's what everyone's looking at you for. Do you get what I'm saying? And then you're surprised when people move on. And then you come out and run random interviews say, "Oh, people move shady."
They switched up on me.
Nice. We were just expecting. Yeah, we were just expecting.
Expecting you to be a star.
We were expecting you to be a star. Be a star. And I think like that's the thing, right? I think everybody want to be a superstar, but like, do you though? Or do you just? There's a dollar amount people want, and that's fine. Just say that. And there's a certain dollar that I'm gonna get, and I'm gonna stop doing this, and that's cool. I'll be okay with it as a fan. I'm like, cool, sounds good. I'm ready for that. But like, don't lie to us and be like, no, I really love this. Like,
Well, the thing is, like, when you start looking at the dollar amount, inflation, bro, because by the time you get to that dollar amount, bro, that 1 million you were looking for could very well just be 50K by the time you get there. You get what I'm saying? So that I think that when people are looking for these things, it's the wrong thing to look for. Like even like for me, when I look at what the Bible says, you know, look, you seek God or seek the kingdom first, and
everything else comes.
It's because when you seek a certain value, right, you reach that value. Once you reach there, everything that's necessary for you to have, it will come as it's supposed to be. So that 1 million you were looking for, it'll come to you if you're just chasing that purpose or that destiny. Or
but is it the million that we looking for? Or is it that moment that like now we made it? Yeah. It's not the dollar, bro. Yeah. That's why I try to say like that's how people catch the L, because they actually think there's a dollar amount on but it's just a feeling. Yeah. Once you get there, you gonna know. Like,
it's like what now?
Yeah, like what? Okay, so now what do we do? Like you know what I'm saying? Because I didn't expect this, but it's like when you say the dollar amount, you gonna get there and be like, you're a millionaire. Mm-hmm. You have to live a millionaire life. That's not $1 million anymore.
Yeah. 100%.
It's peak. Yeah. So it's like
it's peak.
So where do you go now?
Yeah. It goes back. It goes back to what I was saying before. Like I had the conversation with him. He's like, you can't go anywhere you don't plan to go. No. Right. So even when you're like, for example, going back to entrepreneurship, it's like being an entrepreneur, you have to understand what it means to actually be an entrepreneur.
Yeah, for sure. 100%.
You have to understand what that actually means and be ready for it, right? As opposed to just be like, I run on my own time, like I'm gonna make this money from people, like actually understand what you're getting into. For sure. You know what I mean? And that's why like I became a bigger believer in like kind of just this whole like everything happens for a reason as well. Because even with this podcast shit, it's like we talk about it all the time. We're like, for example, we post a clip and like, it's like, like, why are you saying this? Like, cancel BlackerTheBerry, like shit like that happens. It's like when we remind ourselves, like, okay, like it's very easy to like get caught up in the moment, like, like maybe maybe we said something wrong, like whatever. Yeah. But we remind ourselves, the three of us remind ourselves why we started this shit, like why we started this shit as a collective. The thing is too,
like half the time you ain't gotta see these people, and when you do, they ain't even on that type of energy.
We talk about that all the time. You know what I mean? Bro. But like when you remind yourself why you started what you're doing, it's like also everything that's gonna come with the journey when we get to where we want to be, we're gonna be ready for it. Yeah, because of all the shit that's happened in between, right? Yeah. Back to what Doxer was saying.
There's so many things
it's crazy
to achieving what you want to achieve. For example, the idea that we want this podcast to be as big as we want it to be.
Yep.
Not everyone's gonna believe in the same thing.
100%.
And because of that, you're gonna get hate.
Yep.
So why is it that you're worried about hating now? Like even when my clip blew up and people were coming at me in the comments, some of my friends were asking me like, how do you feel? I'm like, brother, what? There are people like Charlemagne that get this every day.
Yeah.
He's fine.
Yep.
I mean, the only slight difference is he has more M's in his account. But, brother,
I'll be good. Mental, bro,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
As soon as you soak up the fact that like this is different, then you just put it in a negative, like, why this is different. Nah, this is what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah.
Like, no, you tripping, bro. Yeah, I was supposed to do this.
Yeah.
Like, that's why I be telling like, bro, what are you talking about? Like, I'm telling you this is about to happen.
Yeah.
So I think, like, it's just people, like, I'd say, like, it's like the devil trying to come in, try to, like, ask you, like, yo, do you really want these blessings? Like, bro, this shit, I'm self-doubt, bro. I'm keeping this shit. Like, it ain't nothing. It's a clip that blew up. The hate ain't nothing. It's all good. Like, tomorrow they gonna love me. That's just how it goes, right? Yeah. I think like what it is like your dream is like going in the ocean and then figuring out how to build a boat to get out of the middle of the ocean. That's like your dream. Bro, you just in the middle of the ocean.
That wine's going. That wine's hitting, bro.
But now like
about building a boat.
But like, yo, you like straight up, because like what happens is like when it's your dream and you the only one that sees it, you're drowning from inception, like from when you conceive it. Like, everybody gonna tell you ain't gonna be able to get out. It's like, so now you're in the middle of the ocean, like nobody's telling you you're gonna be able to be saved. So now you gotta figure out how to save yourself, to show people like, no, I'm really doing it. Get on the boat and get to your dream. Like, you know what I'm saying?
And sometimes when they say you need to be focused, if you lose focus, you're not gonna complete your task.
Yeah. And
because you're not completing your task, there's gonna be more noise. And then if you focus on the noise, it's gonna take even longer to complete your task. And I think that's what a lot of people forget, man. Like, bro, when that clip blew out, I said, okay, cool, we'll address it. But after that, pay no attention. We broke.
We
moved, bro.
Let's go.
This,
Keep going.
bro,
On to
we
the next
moved.
thing.
Like I don't know what people were expecting. Like I was meant to just cry and stop the pod.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bro, like, what?
It doesn't make
No.
sense.
Yeah.
It's the main thing is
It
like
doesn't make
I
sense.
feel like with most businesses, like in general, like when you get into business, it's like every day is like, you know, just addressing some sort of small crisis. You know, putting out fires. Like something's gonna go wrong. You're gonna get a crazy email. You're like, I gotta address this.
Yep.
You know, like something's gonna go wrong. It's like, hey, you figure it out. That's gonna take up a little, like a part of your day. And then it's like, you spend some more time of your day creating some other stuff, some more time of the day like maintaining other things, and that's really what business is. It's like, hey, you know, put out the fires, create a little bit, maintain what you got going on, make some new prospects, in whatever it is you're doing.
just try to keep
And
the dream
repeat.
alive.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
Going back to that self-doubt thing, that self-doubt thing, it's the biggest killer, man.
Yeah.
If you don't fully believe in yourself, I think that's what separates the 1% from everyone. Is that self-belief, no matter how real it looks.
Yeah.
This guy I started following, Finesse's O'Neill, Rich and Unemployed. I don't know if you've seen his clips.
no.
Yeah. So, anyways, he had an interview like on a different channel, and the girl asked him about like if he's had any. I can't remember exactly what it was, but essentially he was talking about a girl that he was seeing, and she was always moving like iffy, and then one day, bear in mind she was chasing him for a long time, and then she was always like making remarks, like negative remarks on him, like kind of you're not really that much compared to a lot of the guys that hit me up, or then like celebrities, all these big ballers. You're just a small kid, or like you're like a small boy kind of thing.
Yeah.
And he said like his reply to it was like, what was it again? His reply to it was essentially like, look, the only difference between me and them is the amount of money we have in account, but we have the same mindset.
Yeah.
And automatically, I start to understand what self-belief actually does.
Yeah, for sure.
Like manifesting and believing in what you have, automatically that removes all the physical things that you have.
For sure.
Absolutely.
Do you get what I'm saying? And he's not wrong, because what makes those people who they are is the belief they have in themselves.
Yeah.
It's not the amount of money they have.
Yeah, they had
Because,
that belief from time.
Bro,
before
the belief is what attracts the money.
That's what attracted everything else.
You
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And when he said that, I was thinking, because even like people that start their businesses and stuff like that, they have a crazy dream. It's just that
always
that
a
crazy
crazy
dream manages to find the money.
Yeah.
And then when they're big up there and they're telling stories and because it's like when you read a lot of these self-help books,
same
it's the
thing.
same thing they keep
All
saying.
these guys
Believe in
do.
yourself.
Yeah.
They say believe in your vision. They say be delusional. Everyone says it.
Yep.
And that's what I realize when I watch a lot of interviews with like people that are doing well, I just realize it's the same message that everyone
Over and
keeps
over,
saying.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I just thought to myself, what the fuck? Just be delusional.
Yeah.
That's essentially it.
And keep working on your dream. Like even like I'm rereading Shoe Dog,
Yeah.
like Phil Knight's book, you know, the founder of Nike, and it's like this guy was going through it like right up until the day he was a billionaire. Like literally right up until the day he was a billionaire, the company was, you know, putting out fires, crisis here, crisis there, getting sued.
Yep.
And then it's like the fix was like, okay, we built this company up. Yeah, I'm still struggling to pay my loans, but we're doing like millions of dollars in revenue, but like I can barely pay my mortgage.
Right.
And then it's like, okay, boom, we're gonna go public, and then now he's rich. Like
Bro,
in that
it's
moment,
always
you know?
that next day could be the day.
Yeah, bro.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the thing is, even if you get to that next day and it's not the day, imagine that if you didn't get to that next day and that was the day that you went to blow it.
Yeah.
Then what?
Bro, the consistency, it's a crazy thing, man.
showing up
biggest
every
thing.
day.
I think like that's the long run. That's how you show greatness. That's how you show genius. Like that's how you show like you're able to, you know, beat any storm, like weather the storm, right? It's consistency, sitting there and being like, no matter what happens, like if the car breaks down, I'm running to the gym. Like I know, like with him, like he plays basketball. Like if the car breaks down, it ain't no like tomorrow. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that don't even make no sense, bro. Because if you want to be great at something, you gotta go be great. And that's like with every lick that comes with it. Yep. It's like with every single thing. And that's the acceptance. You gotta take the good times with the bad times. That's just the greatness, right? And you gotta be great through all of it. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Hold your composure, don't quit. Fucking just keep pushing through. So I mean, when people sit there and they're like, man, well, nah, I just want a dollar amount. Okay, cool. Then you're just not, like, this is a lifetime thing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I don't look at anything and I'm just going to quit eventually. Yeah. Every single thing I got in, like, we going to hold and just keep doing it. Because it's the things I love to do. Yep. Yeah. I never quit. Like, if I love video games, I'm just not going to stop playing them. Like, I don't 100%. Care how hard the game gets. You know what I'm saying? We don't, like, sit there try to figure it out so I can have fun again. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And if we don't look at life like that, then what's up? Like, what you going? Okay, so it's hard to sit on the couch and be broke, and it's hard to win, right? So pick your heart. Yeah. Straight up. Yeah, what you gonna do? Pick your heart.
Yeah, like, it's funny because it's like, oh, like when you're talking about this fixed dollar amount, it's like, okay, like you get to, okay, say your goal is like 100K, right? Yeah. You hit 100K, it's like, okay, well, now you have to manage that 100K. Yeah. So what are you gonna do now? Yeah. Are you just gonna go, oh, I hit 100K, I'm done. Like like life is over. No, like
well, it's not 100K for the rest of your life.
Exactly, right? Like life doesn't end at the 100K, right? And there's a difference between getting that 100K and then maintaining that 100K. Right. The 100K is actually when the work starts. If anything. Yeah. So everything that built you up to that 100K should actually like structure you into what now helps you maintain that 100K. You know what I mean? Or like, that $1 million.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Like the lessons that you learn 100% in like getting to that point should be the lessons that, like, okay, now it's like, okay, this is a lesson I can take with me. I'm never gonna make this mistake again. 100%. You know, that's a cost mistake, or like something that you learn, an experience that you had where you learned something new. It's like, okay, this is when I do get that $1 million. Yeah. I'm gonna put it here because this one guy told me this play. Just stuff like that. Yeah.
But I think like the biggest thing about people is like they are fearful. They are afraid to fail in front of people. But it's like I put out music. I've been putting out music from time. So it's like, bro, like I've heard, yo, don't put out music no more. I heard, yo, that song was lit, and I heard that song wasn't. I heard like, so you gotta like be able to like just be like, yo, I know where I'm trying to go. You just gonna hear voices regardless. People are gonna be sitting at home not doing nothing and tell you ain't on shit. And you're doing shit. So it's like, but like people actually take that to the heart, and it's like, bro, that doesn't even make logical sense. So now you gotta just think, okay, bro, you really gotta be stuck on crazy, bro. If you gonna get where you wanna get, because you gonna get there eventually if you're crazy though.
I feel like one thing is it's where you're focused. If you're focused on, let's say, like 100K and equivalent that to like a 100-meter race, if you're focused on the finish line, you're never going to really stop, right? If you fall in love with the hard work, you will end up getting to your destination and more. Essentially, if you focus on moving your legs to run, you will run past the 100-meter line. 100%. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's where like a lot of people struggle, and that's only one thing that I'm realizing now is that like I can't focus on where I want to be. I have to focus on what I'm doing now that's going to aid me to
get there.
Because if I don't move, I'm not going anywhere. I can't sit here and dream all the time. Obviously, dreaming and mapping it out gives me a guide. But at the end of the day, I have to activate the hamstring.
Well, it's like it's the thing. It's like what you were saying earlier. It was like are billionaires bad people for getting to billions? Like, no, there's just people that quit the race. There's some people that just stop running. They're just like, you know what, I'm good, or I just can't do this no more. And these guys were just like, hey, we'll pick up all these guys that you could have serviced, right? And it's that's the thing, right? If you don't do it, somebody else is going to. It's just inevitable. So like, do you want it? How bad do you want it? And that's the thing, right? It's not about like how much money we gonna get, because there's gonna be a position and standpoint where the money that you thought you were gonna make is gonna be right in front of you. You're just gonna have to decide, like, are we gonna keep working, or is this is what I work for?
I think on that topic, like that's why I think like sports are like important for like people, in general to play. Just because like something that I learned from basketball is like the only way, like, you got to show up every day, and like even Steph Curry, who's like LeBron, the best players in the world, are still working on their game every single day. Like literally every single day they're working on shit. So it's like that's the best person who's like the top of their craft in the entire globe. They're still working on their craft every day. Why shouldn't I treat it the same, And then also, if you treat your business like that too, it's like, you're showing up every day. I'm just trying to, like grow, make sure, like things are, maybe get another sale, get another partner in my company, or like maybe lower my costs here, and just like kind of keep tweaking it and keep working on it every day. Like it becomes a hobby, like,
Yeah, or again, you have to remember, it's easy to say that because you understand how it works, but the hard work is ugly.
Yes,
it is. Yeah.
Bro, going to the gym is ugly.
Yeah.
Pain is ugly. You get what I'm saying?
I think people.
But you have to fall in love with the pain. You have to fall in love with the hard work. Once you fall in love with all of that, that's where, and that's what a lot of people don't understand. They see, LeBron wakes up or whatever to go work out, and all they see is him working out and him winning trophies and winning all these things. They don't actually see him in pain. You get what I'm saying?
Waking up and being like, oh fuck.
Yeah, no one sees that.
Hurts.
And
cold,
like we all talk about, no one sees the hard work. It's not the hard work, bro. It's the pain. It's the pain that no one sees. That because if someone was to show literally just a montage of all successful people in their shit like moments, no one's watching that. No one is watching that. Obviously, saying that now doesn't make sense because there's this whole like this hype mentality that people are gonna obviously watch it just for the sake of watching it. But in general, no one actually has invested interest in watching someone's pain. No one has invested interest in watching Elon Musk when he was just a bum. No one actually is interested. Now they're interested because he's what he is, but no one is interested in the ugly parts. And I think that's what separates a lot of people, and that's what I'm realizing now is that when you realize that's where the juice actually is, all the ugly parts, that's where you start to soar, because once you like this whole consistency is literally just the universe testing you. Like, you the same with the banks. Are you actually ready for this? Do you get what I'm saying? Okay, I'll feed you a little bit. We'll see how you do it.
Jump to this hoop over here.
Exactly. I'll feed you another. Let me give you a little bit of success, just a tiny bit. Let me see how you deal with that. Are you still focused on the journey? Are you still focused on consistency? If not, bro, that's where you fail. If they give you a little bit, if the universe gives you a little bit, and you're not fazed by that little bit, that's where you see more and more and more. Bro, like. Now seeing all of this, it's just an exhaustive amount of information that I'm grasping now, just because I'm hungry for the information. But again, it's the same thing that I see every day. And if it's the same thing that I see every day, bro, it's clear as day.
It's like you keep seeing these examples of people going through these struggles. You keep being like, it's done, bro.
It's done, man.
Crazy, man.
You hear about it and stuff, and then it's like. When now that the real challenge is this is where people fuck up, because it's like, okay, that stressful moment presents itself in your life, that okay, this successful person persevered in this situation, this successful person persevered here. Am I gonna do the same, or am I just gonna be like, oh fuck, the world sucks, and crawl up in a ball? That's the difference right there. So,
but I think a lot of people mistake other people's journeys for their own.
It's not.
When they've looked at the struggles that this successful person has had, and then theirs come and theirs is massive. In their minds, they're already defeated. Because they've been preparing for Jeff Bezos's hurdle. They've been practicing to jump that hurdle. They've been practicing to get through that hoop. Then they come to theirs. Theirs is like a 2-meter hurdle, and like a 2 centimeter hoop.
That's crazy. Well, if they're looking at it like that, that's their problem. Yeah.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like this is the levels to it.
That's crazy.
Like the first level is understanding that you will have hurdles.
Yeah.
Right. Second level is understanding that you are running your own race.
Yeah.
You are running your own race.
My thing, I think a lot of people got to understand too is like every single person is built special and they're special. Like they can do something that you ain't never been able to do before. So you can't expect to see Jeff Bezos' situation the way Jeff Bezos saw it. You might be able to blow through that motherfucker, and he might have prayed to meet somebody like you to meet at that standpoint when he was going through that. But there's going to be certain things that challenge you as the type of person you are to make you better. So if you could blow through a Jeff Bezos situation, there's going to be something that's going to challenge you to get to that level, right?
Yeah.
And no, we're never going to be ready for it. That's why it's a fucking challenge.
So, that's what I was saying. There was an episode we were talking about, like, he was like, everybody's journey is, like, there specifically to them. That's why we're all are individual people, you know what I mean? Because we were talking about, I think this was around, like, when the World Cup happened. And he was like, there's a reason why Kylian Mbappe is Kylian Mbappe, like, where he is, why he is able to do what he does. 100%. You can't compare yourself when you're talking about, like, comparison is like the killer of joy and stuff. You cannot compare yourself to him because you aren't him. No, you know what I mean.
No, so you should want to be better than that. Like you should want to almost be like, well, there's nothing like this has been seen before, and you're right 100% of the time. But as soon as you start comparing yourself to somebody else, then you're 100% wrong. And how you're gonna be able to be successful. It's a fact. Like if I compare myself to KD, but like the way he plays, I play similar, but I'm not as tall. Then I can't make the NBA because all my shit's gonna get. Then you're just going at 100%. Yourself because you're just looking at this comparison. But then he's his own human being. It's like, bro, look at like what you could do every day. Try to figure out how you can make this shit work.
100%.
And I think that's the key compared to every single thing else. We waste so much of our time trying to compare ourselves to somebody else. But it's like that one person might look at you and be like, bro, you tell me how like you did it like this. And that shit will blow your head away, right? And be like, oh shoot. So the one person I'm trying to compare with, be like, I like what you're doing. You know what I'm saying?
I can use a small sample size too, because like I started like posting like fit videos and stuff on social media, just because like I'm into fashion and stuff, just to like to grow my personal brand.
That's what's up.
And I remember like there's stretches where like I'll go on like the social media where I'm posting, and I'm like I'm seeing like kids that are younger than me. I'm seeing kids that I would quote unquote say aren't putting as much effort in, right? That are like they're getting way more like engagement on the videos and stuff like that. And I'm like, damn, like what? Like I'm doing this shit too. Like why am I not getting the same engagement? Why am I not getting the amount of comments, likes, like you know, whatever exposure? But then I remember when I was at 0 followers, and now I'm not at 0 followers. You know what I mean? Like I'm at 300 followers. I'm at 200 followers. So clearly I'm like, doing something right.
That's the thing.
You know what I mean?
I think like we forget to celebrate the little wins.
That's exactly where I was going to go with that.
Like yo, like
you know what I mean?
I'm goated for like just being able to like figure out what I've been able to figure out. Like you know what I'm saying? We beat ourselves up because we try to compare some, but you don't know the behind the scenes. You know you're behind the scenes. That's why like even like I talk to like my homies like, bro, I ain't even trying to sit out here and be like compare myself to Drake. Be like, bro, I'm better than him because I know what I do behind the scenes. I don't know what he does behind the scenes. That's just my opinion. Because it's like, bro, like now once you start to see somebody else's process, you might be like, damn, they might not be my idol no more. And you know what I'm saying? But it's that whole thing and trying to be like, I'm trying to compare myself to this person. But you don't know what it took for this person to get there.
To that point. 100%.
You don't know like if you're gonna like what it took for this person to get there.
Bro. Bro, someone else's journey. If you, because you can see them in fame right now, but someone else's journey could be ugly. It could be very.
So why would you want to take that? Because again, like, bro, when you're comparing, like, bro, you gotta take the wins and the L's. Bro, some people's L's is like not some shit I want. I'd rather take mine.
I'm telling you, bro. It's crazy.
Bro, the funny thing about this whole self-belief thing, I've mentioned this earlier. I watched Floyd Mayweather's, like, a couple of his documentaries. This guy has been saying he's the best ever since he started.
100%.
Guy.
If you ask him like if he's ever thought about a loss, that's the craziest thing. He says no.
He never thought about losing. It's so mad. And like another thing that I picked up from finesse this guy is like you have to be who you want to be. So in that aspect, he was saying that when he came out of jail and everything, he was just like, look, I've always wanted to be a guy that dresses in suits, that carries himself a certain way, and then he just like, if I want to be that guy, I have to be that guy.
Now,
so he started dressing in suits, started speaking a certain way. Bro, that opened my mind. I'm like, shit. Because again, you can't go where they didn't plan, bro. Like if let's say I say, okay, cool, I want to be wearing jeans every day, and I don't wear jeans every day. Which day am I now going to be wearing jeans? You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of these things are so simple. A lot of these life hacks is so simple. But we complicate them for ourselves. We look at someone that just wears a suit. Like for example, you see someone like Kevin Samuels, and you see him in a suit every day, looking sharp, saying whatever he wants, getting money, whatever. And you're like, shit, you're looking at it as so far away. All he did was he bought a suit, he put it on,
recorded himself,
and recorded himself every day. And not even just that. If you look at his career, like all he did was just work in his line of career. Like it's so simple, but we complicate it for ourselves so much, man.
100%, man.
Well, it's just like if you look at it like this, right? If you go and just like you say, you're starting that page. It's like if you do it every single day, bro, it's gonna change. The numbers are gonna change in a year. They're gonna change in a year and a half. And they're gonna change in 2 years, 3 years. But when they won't change is when you stop. You know what I'm saying?
Bro,
right there. You just can't. You just stopped it all. So now it's just like we sit there. We're like, bro, I'm not at the place I'm at yet because it's not there for you yet. You don't move. Activate the hamstrings, bro. You're not moving. You're like, man, like no shit's gonna happen. Like, like so now look at you. Like, yo, am I going out with the boys when I'm like when I shouldn't? When I should be working on this? Yeah. Am I like talking to girls way too much when I should be working on this? Yeah. Am I like, you know what I'm saying? And once you start cutting all that shit back, then you gonna start being successful. But like, we don't want to again accountability. Hold ourselves like, yo, what am I doing that's stopping this from working? It's always everybody else. No, they didn't give me the opportunity, bro. Nobody's going to give you nothing, bro. Like this is life. That same person that has the opportunity to give you probably had to work for that opportunity. So why are they gonna just go?
Not only work, they have to sacrifice to get to the position.
So it's like, bro,
so it's like they want to see.
They want to see the same thing.
Exactly.